So I slept pretty much right there, and there's this big bush. There's not really a walkway here. I mean, technically this is like the trail right here, I think. But it might be one more row up, I'm not sure. But nobody's really walking this way. I had this hanging down to block the view. The fence itself kind of blocked, and then the shadow of the tree came all the way out to like up here. And when I was in that shadow, like you couldn't see anything. So I didn't hear anything really last night. I mean, besides like some frogs and ducks and that kind of stuff. But I did hear something up here. I'm guessing in a trash can, or it sounded like a big animal, like a deer, got spooked or something and ran off into some bushes. And I never heard it again, so not sure what happened or what it was doing. But so this building here does not have any outlets, which is, I'm not going to charge because it's only like 13 miles to town and I got enough battery. But if you follow this stairs over here, this building up here is called the Rec Center, and it has a couple of flush bathrooms as well. And then on this, it's going to be all blurry for whatever reason. Basically, on the outside of this building, there's some picnic tables and some outlets. So there's the outlets there. There's trash cans everywhere at this picnic pavilions on the back side here. And then you come around to the edge, and then these are the bathrooms here. But as you can see back here, it's a playground. There's all kinds of picnic tables. And then there's one down there that's covered. This is the bathroom. And I'm gonna get water right here. It's a little bit bubbly with sulfur or something, but it's drinkable. Lovely boardwalk I just showed you is not the trail. Off trail again. I don't really mind it because it basically spins me up on this road. If anything, it might be slightly shorter. It's not the same length as the actual trail. And it reconnects up here in a little bit. But I mean, I consider myself pretty good at, you know, following the trail, and I don't know, it's just really frustrating and annoying. Like several times before I even got off this, officially off trail, there was a couple sections where I'm standing at a trail junction and there's no blazes in either direction. And you have to walk like 200 feet before you see the first blaze. It's just like, why does it seem like whenever the trail maintainers don't put a blaze somewhere, it's always at the junction. And I don't know. Like I said, usually this trail is very well blazed, but recently it just seems like, I mean, there was a spot yesterday where you're walking down basically like a dirt road, and the trail takes it's like this, where it takes a very sharp 90-degree turn to the left, but all of this here is overgrown and like tall bushes and shrubs and trees and stuff, and there's a post set back like 5 feet behind it, and there's an orange blaze painted on the post, but it's not facing this way, it's painted on this side, you know, as if all of this was clear and you'd be able to see it walking down the trail. But instead it's covered in the green, and then when you do walk past it and you look over there, all you see is just a post with no blaze on it. And the trail that post is telling you to go down is like, it looks like a game trail, and the road that you're on is like a very well established dirt road. And so if you looked over there, you would not see an obvious trail. The only way that you know that that trail is there is because you pull out, well, the road ends like half a mile ahead of you, and you have gut hook, and you can say, oh, like even with gut hook out, I'm like sitting 10 feet from the trail and I can't even see it. So it's just stuff like that where I said maybe they put that blaze in 20 years ago when they first made this trail, but now like you can't see it coming up to it or even standing right at some of these trail junctions. So anyways, so this one's not that big of a deal. It's not like I have to bushwhack through anything, or I walked a mile off trail or anything like that. So yeah, that's just the update. This road here is SR 21, and this is where Camp Blanding starts, which I was totally unaware. So this is the map. You go here, you kind of jog up, and then Keystone Heights is here. So what I'm gonna do is walk into here, resupply, get food, walk out, and then this is my planned campsite. It's 16 trail miles to that, but if you do this, I believe it's 18. There's a third option. What I might do is this road walk here is the Florida Trail. I have a friend that's going to Trail Fest, and she said she'd be willing to pick me up. So I might just keep walking as far as I can and then just go until she picks me up later tonight. That way I'm not stuck at doing like a 16 or 18 mile day. But you don't really have to do anything extra for this. They have this thru-hiker cards here. Tells you exactly what to do. You tear the top half off, put it in this box, and then you carry the bottom half with you. So I think it's probably like roughly only a 10-mile section or so, and you just can't camp anywhere in here, and you got to stay on trail, obviously. So it is kind of raining, trying to rain. Like you'll get hit with a couple of raindrops, and then like it doesn't rain anywhere else or anymore, and then you can kind of feel the mist in the air. It's not quite to the point where it's like actual mist, but you can just feel the water vapor. Forecast says 0% chance of rain. I don't really trust forecasts, but it's good to get that forecast's opinion, I guess. So I think I will probably go to Trail Fest, just because I think this is like the first official one, and it'd be kind of cool to go to the first one. And my friends ahead of me said that if they're gonna do the Suwannee River canoe thing, and I don't think I'm gonna do that. And they think that by doing that, they're probably gonna get way ahead, even more so. So this might be the only time I get to see them. plus the people that are behind me that I'm probably not going to see again. So still working out the details on that, but for now, just going to get to Keystone Heights and resupply and eat and do all that stuff, and then we'll see. So the trail comes through here. There's a porta potty, hand washing station, but it doesn't work. There's like people's trash is piled on top of it. But you got a picnic pavilion there. People say there's outlets, which I think I see on that post, like right there. Well, that leaf doesn't help pointing. The post, like right there. This is pretty much the end of Camp Blanding. I mean, they say this is like technically what used to be Lake Magnolia State Park. It was a separate facility for blacks back when there was segregation, and then the whites would use Gold Head Beach or something, which was before this. And then in the 1970s they closed the park and gave it back to Camp Blanding. So I mean, it doesn't look like there's really much here besides, like I said, the porta potty and those picnic pavilions. But I'm about to get kicked out back onto the road walk, and then it'll be a little over 2 miles to get to the like center of town. So I made it out the other side. You put your little card in that box there, go through the fence here, and then the trail kicks out here onto the road. And I'm gonna do the road walk. The road walk into Keystone, and I think all the way out, is on a bike path. It's not even an official blue line, but I think most people end up doing it just for the resupply and town food. If you take the official red line, people say it's the tour to trailer park, because that's all you get to see, and it's like on these kind of crappy back roads that, you know. So anyway, I think taking the road or the bike path into town is the better option for several reasons. So this is the bike path that takes you all the way into Keystone Heights. It's about 2 miles from where you leave Camp Blanding all the way to the center of town. There's Taco Bell there. On the other side of that bank, like right there, is the Dollar General. You can kind of see the sign sticking through. And then there's like a Popeyes down there. There's a Hardee's on the way in, a Domino's. And then if you walk, I think further down this road, which is away from the trail, there's like a Wendy's and stuff. But from here to where the trail reconnects is about another 4 miles. So it's a total of 6 all the way through town. And I'm just gonna keep walking as far as I can until my friend picks me up. Dollar General is there. I've actually heard that one's a really nice one. It's got like produce and like Dave's bread, if you know what that is. It's like a fancy, healthier bread. So it would be a good one to resupply at if you're coming through this town. I'm gonna skip it just because I still have about a day's worth of food. I planned for 3 days and this is my 3rd day. So I'm gonna use what I got and then resupply probably at Trail Days or Trail Fest. And the post office is also like basically right behind the Popeyes, kind of. So it's kind of a convenient spot. Like if you're walking down the road, you could stop at the Hardee's or the Popeyes, the post office, the Dollar General, And then this is like the main intersection here. Like you come down this road, so all these are like right next to the road you're coming in on, and then you turn a right and go down the road that I'm going facing towards, and it's a 4-mile straight shot out the other side. So I'm sure pretty sure there's a McDonald's and stuff somewhere in here, but I think this bike path I'm on goes all the way out the other side of the city too. So we'll see, but you don't have to walk in the road, which will be nice. Wendy's is actually on this side, so it's right here after you get across that street. There is other fast food down that way, further from trail. I forget what's down there, but it's not really important because between Wendy's, Taco Bell, Popeyes, Domino's, Hardee's, like, you can find something. I can't understand why the trail would not be routed down this thing. I mean, it followed the road for a little bit, so it was, you know, maybe 50 feet that way and you had traffic going by you, but it kind of turns off. Like the road's way out there and it kind of like comes back across, but you're out here kind of in a, I mean, I don't know if you call this wooded, it's tree lined anyway. There's a few people that use it on bikes that I've seen, but for the most part it's pretty quiet. And from what I've heard about the official trail, it just goes through like some back roads through the trailer parks, and there's not really much to see. And so you have like a dedicated bike path into town and out of town. There's a Family Dollar, a Dollar General. There's like a local supermarket chain, like a big grocery store you can go to. There's a Ace Hardware store. There was a McDonald's, Wendy's, Taco Bell, you know, all that kind of stuff. I think there's at least one hotel. I didn't check that, but so I just got a call from my friend that is going to Trail Fest. She's on her way already, and it's like 1:30 or something. So I was hoping to get some more miles in before heading up there to kind of not get too far behind. But she's about 30 minutes away from where I'm at. I'm about 20 minutes away from a gas station where the trail reconnects. So I'm just gonna get to the gas station and wait for her. It's gonna put me at mile 538, which I think for the day is gonna be, let me see. So actually walking, it's gonna be like a 17 something mile day, but trail miles, I think it's gonna be closer to probably like 15, because the trail is shorter than the way that I went. So it's not that huge of a deal, because I'm not really trying to catch up to anybody at this point. My friends are going to be taking canoes, and I'm going to be able to resupply, and I'll take a zero tomorrow and all that. So it's just the way it happens. So this is the gas station up here on the right. You can actually, if you look at the map, the thin green line kind of keeps going. That's the bike path. So really, you could follow that bike path in a nice like wooded section for a little bit longer. Instead of road walking this to the gas station, you kind of losing miles too, because you're walking out to this gas station And then you follow the trail a little bit, and then you walk back towards that bike path again. So I'm just going here because this is where I'm getting picked up, but yeah, you could just keep following it.